Good morning. This is Deacon Cunningham, and you can call me Mr. C if you'd like. I'd like to go over some things that I'd like you to see before we get together this coming Monday for AP Chemistry. That'll be the 8th period class, so we'll meet around 2:30 that day. Because what I'd like to do is share with you some things I'd like you to do before next Thursday. If you can do them before Monday, that'd be fine. But for sure, you'll need to do this by 10 o'clock on Wednesday evening. So getting started in AP Chemistry. Next Monday we will meet for about 30 minutes at the end of the day. That's about a third of the time that we're going to usually spend together, and we want to make efficient use of that time. Now we are on Gold Day. That'll be on Thursday. So I'd like to get some of the admin work and the early learning done so we can get right down to the chemistry that Thursday. On Monday, what we'll do is meet each other. We'll get enrolled in the College Board AP classroom, which is itself not terribly complex, but it'll take us some time, and I'd like to make sure that you have done that on Monday. In fact, I have to make sure you do that before the end of the day on Tuesday. So then, now, or sometime before Thursday, you're going to have this simple homework that I'm going to show you today. And there's really no prerequisites for that other than you have at some time in your life had a basic one-year chemistry class, which all of you have had. So let's look at learning guides. And what you can do actually is click on this and get the learning guide. Click on this and you can see what a learning guide is. We're not going to use that immediately, but I wanted you to kind of give an overview of that. The lesson plans here are the thing that you're going to see every day, and that's your daily work, so you can check it anywhere in the world what you're supposed to be doing. And you can see the lesson plan just by clicking on the facsimile lesson plan that you see here. And we'll have that posted for you for certain by the end of each week. We'll have the lesson plan posted for the following week. Now I change that from time to time depending on circumstances and classroom needs. So the first thing I want you to do before Thursday is the survey. The survey gives me some information about you. It's not invasive, and it's the kind of thing that any teacher is going to need to see, for instance, why you're taking the class. Then I'd like you to look at the syllabus, scope and sequence, and standards for the class, so you're fairly clear as to what we'll be doing this year, because I want to get you really to have a first-year college experience, and thanks to some very good planning, you should have that in our lab, in the laboratory part of the course. And you have a great textbook as well. We'll talk about that on Monday. Then I'd like you to watch the filtration video. Now that doesn't have any feedback to me, so I'm just going to have to take your word for it that you have watched it. But within the first 2 weeks of school, we'll be doing some filtration. Well, that kind of is the way I can tell whether you watch the video or not. It's not a hard process, and it's not a long video. There are, however, 2 sets of presentations I do want you to see, and they are, we'll see, in the Edpuzzle format. So the first is the 4 kinds of chemical reaction. This is taught in different ways by first-year chemistry teachers, and I want you to know the way that colleges these days, most colleges, and the AP want you to classify chemical reactions. Neither of these videos is very long, but it is an Edpuzzle, so you're going to give feedback, question and answer for everyone. Now, this is homework. It will be graded. But here's the deal. Even if you get the wrong answer, If you do the work, you're going to get 100. So there's no downside to this. So watch the 4 kinds of chemical reaction. It'll tell me just how well you're picking up the material that is in that. Also, I've got something that you probably aren't expecting, because you're going to make conclusions and make statements about the work that you do this year. I want you to study the types and methods of assent. If you're going to assent to a proposition, then I want you to know exactly what's involved in that. We're going to be doing one of the great philosophers of the 19th century, what he said on assent, Cardinal John Henry Newman, now a saint of the Catholic Church. So those are the things I want you to do before Thursday. None of them are difficult. None of them require any advanced chemistry. And I think you'll have a little fun too. The homework is due by 10 p.m. on Wednesday. Now, you're already enrolled in Edpuzzle. In fact, you already may have a link to that. So it's a great way to watch videos, because I get a chance to make comments if they're necessary, and you get a chance to tell me how well you understand it. I am looking forward very much to meeting you on Monday and starting what I think will be a great adventure in learning science.